Hey Pisces, welcome to Key Wisdom. My name is Ruth, I'm your Reiki Master and Tarot Reader. This, my darlings, is your extended reading for this time period. Now, we'll look, as always, Sun, Moon and Star format, okay? So the first row, so let me get this camera. How do I want it? Yeah, looks good. Looks good. Okay, so first row is going to look at our Sun, which is actions and experiences that await you. Ooh. Actions and experiences that await you over this time period. Second row is the moon part of our reading. Moon part of our reading, which is everything that's beneath the surface, everything that's hidden from you, emotions, intuition, etc. And the third row is the stars, darling. The star section of your reading. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Another 3 cards. The star section of your reading is an interesting time. That's your destiny. So where you're gonna be going. So the end of September or whatever. End of September or whatever. Okay, so ooh. You know what, Pisces? I love you, I do. I love you. I love you. Let me just tell you that now. And I just wish that you weren't so hard on yourself sometimes, Pisces. I just wish you weren't so hard on yourself. That is what I'm telling you right now. Temperance. This is what you need. You need some temperance in your life, babes. You need some temperance in your life. I love this energy, temperance. Temperance for me is the card of mindfulness. This is the card of mindfulness. And someone who practices mindfulness as avidly as I do, I can tell you that this is exactly what it represents. And mindfulness is about being present, okay? Mindfulness is the experience of being. That's it. The experience of being. That's it. You thought I was going to say something else then, didn't you? The experience of being. So what is it like to experience your being? Well, we experience our being through our senses, don't we? But also through our mind, through our emotions, through our subtle energy body, through our physical body. What is it like to be me in this moment right now? That's the energy of temperance. So you see, this is about the self, the soberness. It's sober. Temperance. They used to call it the temperance movement, soberness. Yeah, like no alcohol, soberness. The soberness of it, though, is about you being with yourself, you being able to engage with yourself. And that's what this next 6 weeks is looking like for you, okay? We'll look at your actions and experiences. First of all, we've got the 10 of Swords, and then we have 2 of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so we've got some change here, which is good. Change all around, which is really nice, okay? Let me just say, I've got to say something about temperance here. Temperance is like, you might be, it's like a traffic light. So you've got, in the UK, we've got red, amber, and green, okay? So you've got red, which obviously is stop, and you've got amber, which is wait, and then you've got green, which is go, right? Temperance is all of those 3 energies at the same time. And it tells you in temperance, the only time you can go is when it's green. You can't go when it's red, and you can't go when it's amber. And what I mean by go is you can't act. You can't do something. You can't take an action. You shouldn't step forward unless the light is on green. And the only way to see when the light is on green is to be temperate, is to be mindful, is to sit and wait for the light to turn green. Because sometimes the light is red and sometimes the light is amber. So you've got to wait more times than you move. That's temperance. So it can feel sluggish sometimes, temperance. We want to move forward, we want to do, we want to have things happen, we want to take action, we want to go, but we might be thinking, we're thinking, but the light is amber. And we're worrying, but the light is red. And we're planning, but the light is amber. The light does eventually go green. But you see, temperance asks you to sit and to wait and to ponder and to feel and to think and to stress and to be nervous and to ask questions and to have anxiety. But you only move when the light goes green. That's temperance. That's a theme of your time period here. So what that means is, yeah, you might be doing a lot of sitting and thinking and waiting and feeling and responding and reflecting and noticing, but you won't act until the light goes green. When we see temperance, we know the light will eventually go green. Oh, it's going to go green eventually. But 2 times out of 3, it's red and amber. This is what we're seeing here. So we have opportunities for movement. We have some movement. We have opportunities for new ways of thinking, for new ways of approaching, for new ways of seeing. We have the end of an old beliefs, of old ways of believing, old ways of perceiving. We have an end to those things. We have the opportunity to end those and start new and to move forward, but it's still got red and amber. Sword energy is all about our conscious mind. It's about I talked about consciousness. I might do a video about consciousness because I keep talking about it. There's 8 aggregates of consciousness, my darling, and mental consciousness is only one of them. Okay, mental consciousness is what the sword energy generally represents. Mental consciousness is your ability to think, to decide, to act, to active thought, basically. To articulate is what I'm trying to say in my brain. I couldn't articulate, could I? There you go. See, a bit of irony for you. Anyway, so that is what sword energy is about. It's about your mental consciousness. And remember, your mental consciousness is built, it's built from everything that you've ever thought in your entire life, even stuff that you don't remember thinking. Everything you've ever thought, every thought that's ever passed through your mind makes up your mental consciousness. It makes up your perceptions. It makes up your beliefs. It makes up how you perceive things. It makes up who you think you are. This is what sword energy represents. When we get the 10 of swords, we know that we've been in a cycle of thinking about these things, of grappling with these things. And I've said to you, you need to be more nice to yourself, Pisces. I don't know what, listen, I know we all do it. We all tell ourselves bad things in our minds. We all say, I'm no good, I'm rubbish, I'm a piece of rubbish, blah, 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 blah. But it's not actually true, but it's a thought. And these thoughts actually do affect our actions. These thoughts actually restrict what we think we can achieve, and they restrict our we're tethered, we're held down. I mean, you're held down with these. We're held down by all the things that we think and that we've thought and that we don't ever question. This is you now at least finally getting to a point where you're overthinking like that. This is what this energy represents. 1, new beginnings, initiations, new beginnings. 0, it's a 10 obviously, is the doorway, is the past and the future, like Janus, the January, the god of January, so the face, god of entrances and exits. This is what the number 10 represents, or the number 0 represents. And it's like you are seeing both. You're looking forward to your future, but you're also, just like Janus, you've got a face here, you're also looking back at the past. You're looking at everything, you're reviewing everything, you're seeing everything, you're going over everything, you're thinking about everything. This is a awareness, and this is a positive thing. And this is, what did I say you're going to be doing? You're going to be doing that. That's what you're going to be doing. The light is on red. The thinking, because there's opportunities, that you want to go toward potentially. There's definitely more compassion. I don't like to stop myself from saying but I do stop myself sometimes. But there's definitely going, this is what came here. There's an opportunity for more compassion, self-love, extrapolation. That's what's came. Extrapolate. Do you know what to extrapolate is? To sort of remove the certain parts, to remove, to, it's like separate, to extrapolate is to like separate things, substances. So it's like separating sand from salt. Now that's very hard. But I suppose you could extrapolate. So to reduce something down by removing it into its parts, okay? And this is kind of what you're doing. It's kind of like you are read and reading your own beliefs, in a sense. You're read, that is not a belief that I need to hold about myself anymore. That is not a belief. That was not true, or that was not what I was doing. That was bad of me, or that was good of me, or whatever. It's like you're sort of organizing you're realizing who you are. You're organizing your mind, if you will, and you are sort of releasing beliefs, things that you've held about yourself, dispositions that you've held about yourself. You're releasing them. The things that motivated you in the past, you're releasing them. You're becoming a new person. You're transforming. Interesting, but it's a process that's actually ongoing in this, over this time period. This is a transformative period. So you might not like that. You are very you feel Pisces, and I love that about you, Pisces. And you are definitely swimming around in the pool of all of your experiences, your aggregate conscious experiences. You're definitely swimming around in those things, and you're responding and reflecting and thinking and remembering all those things. And what that's doing is it's opening up a new, you're starting to respond to yourself. You're starting to react to yourself. You're starting to listen to yourself, which is a really similar, it's not that, kind of similar to Cancer, but different energy cards, really. Twos are about commitments, duality, diplomacy, opportunities, sorry, partnerships, that's the word I'm looking for. So this is like, but remember, commitment to something that we're passionate about, commitment to this is your wand energy, literally the thing that moves you. So it's not thinking about moving. It's not the thoughts. It's the act. And it's the commitment. You are like committed. This is like you saying, I read this book once, years ago. It's a true story, written, and this told her life, this story. She's a lawyer now, this woman, and she wrote this book. And anyway, she was she was abused as a child, and she was raped, and it was very bad childhood that she had, and then she was in care, and then blah blah blah, and she ended up, I think, in prostitution or something like that. Ended up getting shot in, obviously it's America, that's why there's guns. Anyway, she got shot or something in hospital, and she was in hospital, and she writes this in this book. This book was brilliant book to read. Anyway, so she's in hospital, and she says, she writes the prayer. She said, I had a prayer and said, God, she said, God, please, if you help, if I stay alive, if I keep my life, I promise after this day, I will be a good person. I will, change my life, etc. And she made that commitment. And this is like you making that commitment. This is like you going, right, whatever I need to do, whatever I need to release, whatever I need to let go of, this is the direction that, I'm willing to do it. You're committing to starting anew. You're committing to wiping the slate clean. You're committing to being moved in a different way, to being moved. The things that move you going forward is not the things that moved you in the past. Yeah, that's what you're committing to. You made that commitment. You're making that commitment, like this woman in this book. And sorry, I'll just say, yeah, she made that commitment, and then she became a lawyer and a best-selling author, and she does all this work for people. I can't remember. I read this book about years ago when I started teaching. Actually, someone gave me the book and I read it. Anyway, that's the type of commitment that you're making. You're making that type of commitment to yourself almost. It's almost as if you promise, almost, I'm only going to do it if it feels right. I'm only going to, it's kind of like that type of commitment that you're making to yourself. I'm just going to do what makes me happy. I'm just going to do what I feel passionate about. I'm just going to do what honestly is me. And remember, the light is still green. Excuse me, not green. It's not green yet. The light is still red. The light is still red. The light is still red. Okay, so now we've got the Knight of Pentacles and we've got the Queen of Pentacles. So we've got more change coming. You know, it's, you know, I don't know how you like it. I don't know how you like it. You kind of have a tendency, which is something potentially that you're going to get rid of over this time period. You have a tendency to personalize karma. Like, you personalize karmic cycles. Like, this natural, like, awareness is natural, right? Like, how do you think tarot cards work? Like, they're archetypes, and we all have archetypal situations, and we all go through, you know, the way that we handle things, the way that we come into awareness, the way that we come into being able to manifest, the way that we come into being able to release things, etc. It's a pattern that we go through. It's a sort of a rhythm, if you will. You're in this, but it's natural. It's just like, you know, the leaves falling off deciduous trees, you know, every winter or every autumn. It's just a natural pattern. Like, you know, it's summer, the buds grow, and blah, blah, spring, the buds blah blah blah, and they fall off. It's just natural, right? That just happens. If you were a tree, you'd be going, this is what you'd be doing, Pisces. If you were a tree, you'd go, oh man, my leaves are falling off. Oh my god, it's my fault. What have I done? I've not looked after myself properly. That's what you would do, Pisces. Now, that's fine, because that's what you're doing, but hopefully that's the type of stuff you're getting rid of. What I'm trying to say to you is, it's a natural process that you're going through. And I said to you right at the beginning, you need to be nicer to yourself, Pisces. Be nicer to yourself. You don't have to, like, internalize it all. And I think that's some of the stuff that you get, some of that thinking you're getting rid of. This is the card I like to call No Stone Left Unturned. This card, the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles, man, Capricorns. I'm a Capricorn. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Earth energy, Pentacles energy, where we put our energy and effort in order to manifest security. The Earth signs, they're about compassion and security. That's what they're about. They're about security, but true security comes through compassion. Right? You can't, compassion, i.e. understanding and accepting of self, accepting of others. This is these energies, right? What you're seeing here in front of you. And for you, the reason I call this card No Stone Left Unturned is because he's active, he's masculine, he's moving, he wants to move. But this dude, he don't just go. He don't just be like, oh, he ain't like the Knight of Wands, who's just like, you know, horses up in air and he's everywhere. No. This dude, man, he takes his time. And he takes his one step here, and he looks around at his step, and he says, look at me, he surveys his surroundings, he evaluates the security, evaluates everything he needs to learn from that moment, and he sits in that moment, and he says, this has been a good moment, and this has been a nice step, and isn't that a nice view, and blah, 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 blah. And then he says, okay, we're here, we've had this step, okay, now it's time to take the next step. And then he takes the next step, and he looks around, and he says, this is a no stone left. We don't move on. We ain't moving on to the next step until we know everything about this step, until we know everything about the area that I'm sitting in now, until we know everything about exactly where I'm at now. Yeah, because I can't be secure going forward if I don't know where I'm at now. That's the Knight of Pentacles. That's the energy that you're moving on now. Remember what I said to you. You want to go, but the light's still amber or the light's still red, you don't move. I mean, it's amber. The light's amber here, yeah, because you're waiting. You're waiting. But you're not just waiting idly. You're waiting and you're listening and you're responding to yourself and you're recognizing, oh my gosh, that's my belief. And oh my gosh, that's how I feel now. And you're recognizing these things. That's compassion, yeah? And that's things that's actually helping to propel you forward. You're gaining something. I'm looking at this card today, self-confidence. I'm looking at this card today, self-love. I'm looking at this card today as like preciousness. Like, you're precious, Pisces. And this is the belief that you are precious. This is you believing that you are precious. People always tell you, oh my God, you're so nice. Your friends will say, you're fabulous. Oh my God, girl, you're so great. Oh my God, guy, you're so fabulous. You're so amazing. You're beautiful. You're sexy. You're fabulous. Blah, blah. You got so much going for you. They can tell you that to your face. And you don't believe it. You be like, whatever, they're just saying it, whatever. Like, someone will say, oh, that's a nice top. I like them shoes. Oh, where are they from? And in your image, oh my God, whatever. Like, yeah, whatever. No. And you might not even hear that you say that. You might not even hear that you say that to yourself, yeah? But this is like someone saying to you, oh my God, look, girl, you look so good. Like, I love your hair, I love your clothes, blah, blah, blah. Like, and you're like, oh my God, like, I know, like, I'm amazing, right? Like, I'm so amazing. And like, that's self-love. This is compassion. This is what we have here, and it's changing into this. This is something that, this is a place that you're going toward, and it's like you're extrapolating. You're taking away all the sort of old views, the old ways of thinking, the old ways of perceiving yourself. You're taking all that away. You're extrapolating that, and you're being left with, and you're doing that process slowly. You're doing that through committing to, truthfully, you know, really how you feel, and really, you know, what's, you know, what you're about, what your energy is. You're responding to that, and you're being honest with yourself, and you're just learning to value and recognize your preciousness. You know, you don't need anyone to tell you how fabulous you are, but if someone did, by the end of this time period, you'd actually believe it, as opposed to pretending that you believed it. You would actually properly, fully believe it. So that is what I see here. And that's a beautiful thing. You know, it's a long time. It takes you a long time it took me a long, long time to realize that I didn't not care about myself. I didn't love myself enough. And then once you do, babe, oh, honestly, you're just happy. You're just happy. Well, happy isn't a thing, is it? You're just joyful, joyous. Anyway, okay, so let's look at what's going on beneath the surface for you, what might be hidden from you, what's going on beneath the surface. You know, sometimes we've got passions driving us. We've got the wind, the divine feminine, yeah, the divine masculine here, the moon, the sun, sorry, is always ahead of us, pulling us forward, making us take our steps, making us take our actions. That's what our divine feminine, our divine masculine self does, yeah? Our divine feminine is the wind behind us. It's the wind behind us that sort of not nudges us in the right direction, but it sort of helps us along, if you will. It's the wind of wisdom, I like to call it. That's our divine feminine. It comes from behind us, so we don't see what's moving us forward. We don't see what's moving us forward. I like to use my little props. We don't see what's moving us forward like this, but there's something behind us here. And this thing that's behind us here, it's got our best intentions always. Our best intentions for healing, our best intentions for acceptance, our best intentions for awareness, our best intentions for freedom, for liberation. And that's a beautiful thing. When I say freedom and liberation from the cyclic existence that we live in. So this is what the divine feminine represents, and that's what it represents for us in this reading here. It's wind behind you. It's the thing that's moving you, the thing that you might not see because it's over you, because it's behind you, but it's moving with compassion. It's the type of knowing that you need. So we've got, that's a friction. So we've got the 8 of Wands, we've got the 5 of Wands, we've got the Ace of Pentacles, we've got the 3 of Cups. Amen, hallelujah. I love the 3 of Cups. I smile fondly when I see this energy, because I could kiss it, because I just had such a beautiful experience with that energy because I meditate on the energies I do, and you know, that's the way that I work with tarot. You don't have to work that way, but I do, because mindfulness, it's all mindfulness as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, so I had a really beautiful experience with the 3 of Cups, so I love that card. So I just wanted to just pay homage right there and say, hey girl, hey, I'll see you soon. Okay, so 8 of Wands, we've got the 8 of Wands here. Wand energy, again, it's that the will that actually moves you, the thing that actually moves you. New energy coming in here. This is what this card absolutely represents. 8 is about our cycles. It's about it's linked to karma, the karma family. Karma is about our lessons, and the karma family do not let us leave this life without knowing what our karma is, not without knowing why we should be here. What do I need to do? What do I need to see? What do I need to hear? What do I need to learn? What do I need to understand to be balanced, to be happy, to be free, to be liberated, to be enlightened? This is what the karma family and the number 8 represents. What do I have to see? What do I have to feel? What do I have to know? What did I not do? What did I not feel? What did I not experience? All karma, all number 8, wand energy. This is wand energy. This is, I know I'm speaking fast, you just have to just bear with, okay? Wand energy is the energy, the key, you know, like key wisdom. So key, wand energy is key, or chi, people might call it. Chi's Chinese, key's Japanese. Wand energy, I don't know where the name wand came from. I could probably tell you if I go back into my memory, but I can't right now. But anyway, so this is new, feeling different, feeling refreshed, reborn, re-energized, re-energized, feeling re-energized in some way. And that could be because some, you know, if it was in this area, I might say, you know, people, you know, news coming in. People talk about news coming in. It's just new energy. That's what this card basically represents. New energetic cycles, new energy coming in. That's what this card represents. So yeah, it could be that someone gives you some news or information or whatever, and then that's what gives you the boost of the new energy. Yeah, it could be that. I don't know what it's going to be. I don't know, but it's just new energy coming in. So that's how you're going to be feeling. So it's interesting. I can tell you, this is star energy. I'm just telling you now, star energy. Well, the star card is number 8, actually, isn't it? 17, 8. But I feel like this is star energy here. What I mean by that is the what's moving you is coming from up here, you know, up on, not up here. There's no such thing as heaven in that sense, but not. I don't mean that. I mean, God's not on a cloud with a finger, you know, with a lightning rod going right there. No, that's not it. So, but anyway, I'll still use that. It's coming from the heavens, like from up there, you know, from like where the stars are. The energy that's moving you forward is that type of energy. So it's like it's like destiny, like you're moving toward your destiny. You're moving toward your destiny. You're moving toward your destiny, or your destiny is moving you forward. That's what take from that what you will, but that's the message. That's the message. So what it means, this is what I want you to know then. This is what I want you to know then, Pisces. Your destiny is moving you forward. If your destiny is moving you forward, why are you questioning what you're experiencing? If your destiny is moving you forward, why are you questioning what you are experiencing? That. If your destiny is moving you forward, why are you questioning what you're experiencing? That's what's going on here. That's what's going on here. It's causing that friction because you're feeling that. You're responding to it. You know that your destiny or this... Destiny is the word that keeps coming. So I have to just keep saying destiny, right? If your destiny is moving you forward, your divine right, your DNA, your karma, the reason why you exist... The reason why you exist, I can tell you a story. The reason why you exist is moving you forward. Why are you questioning what you are experiencing? This is the friction. This is the destiny moving you forward. This is you going, oh my God, what is this feeling? What is this feeling? Which is exactly what you're meant to be doing. That's what Temperance does. You're meant to be doing that. That's the friction that causes. And you see that friction, those two things rub together, and then we get combustion, we get fire, we get change, we get conflict. The conflict's going on within, and it can filter onto the outside. But it's about feeling that there is conflict. So it's about feeling that universe saying, oh, you should go in this direction. Oh, this is the direction you should be going in. Universe going, you should be going in this direction. And you're going, why? Why should I go in this direction? This is what you should be doing. This is what you're doing, Temperance. And you're going, why? Why should I go in this direction? Why should I go in this direction? I don't know. Is this really what I want? I don't think I can do that. Am I good enough to do that? Am I confident enough to do that? Universe keeps going, yeah, but you need to go in this direction. You think, yeah, but is it right for me? Is it right? That's the 5 of Wands, and that's exactly what's happening. And that's exactly what should be happening. That's exactly what should be happening, because this is what we see here with Temperance, 8 of Wands, 5 of Wands. That's the process that's going on within you. It's going on within you. Universe is going, you should be going in this direction. You don't know why. Why am I being pushed in this direction? Why? But you are being pushed in that direction. If destiny is pushing you in that direction, why are you questioning what you are experiencing? So that's about trust, isn't it? But that process happens in Temperance, you see, because you don't move until the light's green. You don't move until you know it's right to move. But the thing is, you get the lesson, you get it, you hear it, you feel it, you recognize it, you're aware of it, you're aware that the universe is pushing you in this direction. And even though you're pushing back, which is exactly what you should be doing, that's Temperance. That's Temperance. It's exactly the process that you're going through. That's what leads to expansion. That's what leads to enlightenment. This is what these things represent here. Expansion, enlightenment, right? That's what these things represent here on the Temperance card. This is that toing and froing. This is that being in connection with our emotional experiences and our ground of all consciousness, if you will. This is that. So you are having that inner conflict, but that is exactly what's meant to be happening. This is the direction you're meant to be going in, and you're going, why should I go in this direction? Is this right for me? Absolutely, because what is happening as a result of that tussle, as a result of that energy, that back and forth, what's happening is we have the opportunity now. We have a very real, solid, real worth. Universe is only going to put you where you need to be, because that's where you need to be. That's what you need to. Universe isn't like judging you like you're a good person, you're a bad person, so this is what you get. That's not what karma does. No. The whole point of karma and all that stuff for us sentient beings, it's all about us being liberated. It's all about us being free. That's what it's about. When we talk about, as I said, from cyclic existence, right? So we have working, the intermediate states. These are the intermediate states. Waking living state that you're in now, dream state, meditative concentration, moment of death, reality, rebirth. That is the cyclic existence in Buddhism culture, Buddhist whatever they call it. I'm not a Buddhist, but that's cyclic existence, right? So liberation from that means that after you've experienced death, you are reborn, if you will, but not into the physical body, not into the body of an animal. You're reborn as a Buddha. That's what you should be. And what that means is free from the delusions of the reality that exists in our waking life, right? So that tells us we're all separate, that tells us we're all different. Now, I went on, listen, I just tell you what comes, right? So I just have to say it. What's happening when I talk about this liberation, when I talk about this freedom, is we can look at cyclic existence as a metaphor for life, though, right? We can look at it as, in my lifetime, in your lifetime, what could you achieve, right? So I can be conscious in waking living state. I can also engage in meditation. I can also engage with my dreams. I can also, moment of death. But death is about transformation, right? So like I said on the last reading, this was once a forest. Then it was a tree. Now it's a carving. Does the forest still exist? That's transformation, right? Nothing leaves this universe. Nothing. No one leaves this universe ever, not since the beginning of this universe, okay? That's what transformation is. So that's the transformation that gives you something else. So you go from thinking about yourself, being this person, and the death is that you no longer not only don't no longer think that stuff, but you would never ever, your mind can never think those things about yourself again, because you've transformed out of that way of thinking. So this gives this new opportunity a solid new real start and beginning. I want to move on because I want to see, I've only got a few minutes left. I want to see what these cards are. But you have this Ace of Pentacles, which is this new opportunity, this new thing. This could be anything, but really for you, this is a real sense of self, I feel. I feel like you get into grips with who you are. You get into grips with your true self. You get into grips with your true essence. And that's a cause for celebration. I love this card because it is always a cause for celebration. This is like the universe going, yes, queen, yes, you did it. That's what that basically, in a nutshell, because I'm rushing because I want to do these ones, but that's basically in a nutshell what this card represents, right? You have, oh god, I'll be here all day. I'll just do a separate video because I'll be here all day trying to explain the difference, divine masculine, divine feminine, how these three know each other, and how they relate to you directly and to your experience. It would just take too long, but it's a celebratory card. This is like, as I said, the universe going, yes, queen, yes, you did good, and you will feel that as well. You will, by listening, by hearing, by responding, it gives you something real. You it's like you've been under a spell or something, like you've been under an illusion. Oh well, there you go, that's transformation. It's like you've been under it's like smoke has been in your eyes and you couldn't see clearly, and it's like that fog is lifting. That's what it's like. It's like the fog is finally lifting. And remember that fog that you've been seeing, you thought that was because of you. You were thinking, oh my gosh, my leaves are falling off me. What have I done? What have I done? But that's just what happens to deciduous trees, right? It's just a cycle. It's just nature. Your nature as the tree, as the rocks, as the clouds, as the birds. You're the same. There's no this is what I mean about delusional consciousness. That delusional consciousness isn't a made up thing. But it's your delusional consciousness that tells you that you're somehow different. You're separate from nature. Is that not a delusion or what? That is a delusion. Because you are as nature, as tiny dog, or the rocks, or I love having rocks. I'm an earth sign. They ground me. You know, whatever it is, you're as nature as they are. So, and you have natural cycles. So it's as if that cycle, which you gave yourself a hard time over, thought it was your fault because you're a bad person, because you're a no good person, blah blah blah, because I'm a waster, blah 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 blah, because I'm useless, because I'm stupid, blah blah blah. You tell yourself these things, they're not true, but they actually do affect what you do. They actually do affect how you feel about yourself. That finally, thankfully, is transforming. We're getting to the green light now. I told you the green light will come in. The transformation's here. Oh look, right. So this is the start. This is moving forward, right, into the future. You know the dates. I can't remember the dates, but you can see them on the thing. We've got the death card. We've got the 9 of Wands. We've got the 8 of Cups, and we've got the 6 of Cups. Yes, Queen. Yes. Okay. So I said to you, I said it in a different video. I was talking about this, and I was explaining about death and about how, people see this card and they think, oh my God, someone's going to die. I'm going to die or whatever. And I'm like, and as I said about cyclic existence, that can be a metaphor for life and for the stages that we go, the natural karma. Okay. So natural karma, we can actually understand natural karma by understanding the cyclic existence, for example. Okay. That Buddhism teaches. So this is why I was telling you about this, okay? So this I bought from when I was in Thailand. I was in Thailand a few years ago, and it was my friend's wedding. She's Thai, obviously, with her parents, she's Thai. And it was my friend's wedding, and we went, I had a few, obviously it's Thailand, so I went for a few days, didn't it? Went for a few weeks, went to New Zealand after that. So my other friend, stayed at the house, man. I had a good time. Anyway, I digress. However, this I got from, the name is actually Long Neck Village, right? So this is a carving, as you can see, and they're actually refugees, and I want to say from Myanmar or from near there was all that trouble, wasn't there, in the neighbouring countries, and they had to have refugees. Anyway, so they have land over, and they have tourists come, obviously, because that's how they can help me, and they make carvings, and this was one. And the women actually, so the house, they have an upstairs in the house is where they sleep, and they showed us in the house. They didn't have to, but they did. And then downstairs, they did the carvings, and they sold, things, trinkets and stuff that they made. And, you bought them, and then that was helping them, money, I suppose. And it was beautiful. I mean, honestly, you should see the pictures. I'm like, this is a refugee. I mean, it wasn't, it's not like a camp. It's not like a refugee. No way it's like a refugee. There was a waterfall and a golf course nearby. Like, it was beautiful. Anyway, so, Long Neck Village. And the women actually wore these. The women actually had these on their neck, and the children did. And you have to get to a certain age, and they started putting these on, the rings, 1, 2, 3. Anyway, Long Neck Village, it's called. So the women actually have long necks, but they have to keep these on all the time. They keep them on forever then. And they change them every so often. Obviously, I asked. I was fascinated. It was amazing to see. They were very lovely people. Anyway, this is a carving. I'm telling you this story. This is a carving. And the reason I'm holding this up with this is because I said on this other video last week or whenever it was, I said, this is what transformation is. This is what death is. So I'm asking you, this came from a tree, from a forest. Does that forest still exist? And you could say, well, Ruth, I went to that space where that forest was and there's no forest there. And I say, but what's this? Is this not from the forest? And you will say, yeah, it is. So I say, does that forest still exist, Ruth? And you'll be like, well, no, it doesn't exist. The forest doesn't exist in its form, but the forest exists in here because this is from the forest, right? Blah, blah, blah. And we'd have this conversation. And the answer doesn't matter. What you think doesn't matter. What I think doesn't matter. What the fact is, as far as I can see, is the forest still exists. But your mental consciousness will tell you something different anyway. That is the death, the transformation. That's what happens. You become something else. You become someone else. It's not as though I can plant this in the ground and it'll become a tree again and become a forest. That's not going to happen. And this is what happens with your thoughts. It's not as if you're going to get back into old habits again. No, you can't. It's something else now. You're someone else now. You're something else now. That is what we see with death. So as we move forward into, I'm all over with the months, but the next month, whatever, September, October time, as we move forward, that's what you're getting. So I'm telling you that you're having a completely natural process, Pisces. I'm telling you what's going on for you is completely natural. And you were still sitting there listening, going, what is she blooming talking about, Ruth? I'm no good, I'm a piece of this, I'm a piece of that. And I'm telling you, no, you are not. That's just how life has been. That's just where you've been, Pisces, on your cycle of life, on your path of life up until now. Now that cycle of life, that path of life is changing. And we're just waiting for the green light go. That's all we're waiting for. Once that green light comes, babe, you're off. The transformation's happening. We've got the 9 of Wands here. 9. Oh, I keep liking to show the 9th house, because look at what all the 9th house shows us. Religion, philosophy, 9th house in philosophy, 9th house in astrology, religion, philosophy, higher learning, foreign countries, I've just talked about them, dreams, spirituality, synchronicities. So this is like, it's like foundational. It's like if 4s we build on the ground, 9s are beneath the ground. 9s are the roots. 9s are the roots that go out searching for water, and that's what gives you your strength above ground. That's what gives you your strength right up until the top of your head. Okay, with the 9 of Wands, you can see that you're taking off this blindfold, and you are looking at the things that have caused you to be stuck, that have caused you to feel or to react or to respond in a certain way. You're able to, universe is pushing you one way, you're going, no, universe, I don't want to go that way. But then you're also going with the 9 of Wands. Why do I always say I don't want that? Why do I always say no? Why do I always react like that? That's these questions here. Why do I always react this way? That's this. That's that level of understanding that you're coming to about yourself. Profound. Because it's your thinking that changes your reality. It's the thinking that changes your actions, in turn changing your reality, right? In turn changing your experiences, right? So usually when the universe says to you, right, go in this direction, you say, why do I go in this direction? Why? No, I don't want to go in this direction. Why are you sending me this direction? Now you're going, why do I always say no? Why do I always respond that same way? You're recognizing that there's a pattern, that there's a way that you respond. And you're looking at it. And not only are you looking at it, you're transforming from it. You're moving away from that old way of thinking. You don't have to. You listen, you're just a tree, your leaves have fallen off and they'll be back again. They'll be back again in spring, love. You can, the blame, the fault, my fault, it's my fault, it's my fault. That's that blame, the fault, the inadequacies that you felt, that you thought, that have restricted your actions. No more, baby, no more, Pisces, because these are the things that you're getting rid of. These are the things that you're walking away from. And it's not just a pretend 7 of Swords, oh, I'm going to, you're kidding yourself. No, yeah, I'm fine. Oh, yeah, I'm fine. Oh, no, I'm brilliant, mate, yeah. And where really you're not. It's not that. This is the real truth now. And the thing is, we plant you back in the ground and you won't grow back into a forest. You'll not have these thoughts and ideas again that you've had and held. blame, this inadequacy that you felt, this unworthiness, this like, you deserve it. That's how you feel. You deserve to feel bad. That's how you feel. Like you've done something to deserve this, or like this is happening because of something you've done. Oh, this is my karma, I must have done this to myself. Anyway, all that finally is being extrapolated. Finally, it's been removed. Finally, it's been extrapolated, it's been removed. You can cleanse yourself from it, my darlings. And we're walking away from it. Finally, I'm going to move quickly now for this. We've got a 6. And, you know, sometimes I don't often do, but sometimes I like to look down, you know, and I look at the different energies that come down. And the theme of this last row here is just compassion and refuge and happiness and joy. And, you know, this is past, so it could be, it's memories, and it's hope, and it's love, and it's acceptance, and it's a clearer view, a more wholesome assessment, if you will, a more wholesome, pure assessment of things that have been, of things that have passed, of things that you felt, of things that you felt. And sometimes it's about separating what we think from what we feel, from what we do. It's like those 3 things are so linked. Yeah, they're linked like this together, and it's about separating those 3 things out, because we realize that what we think has been affecting how we feel, has been affecting what we do. And if we think I'm a piece of rubbish, I'm no good, I'm no good, I'm no good, then we're going to feel that as if we're no good, and we're going to behave as if we're no good. And so it's the thinking, the awareness, always come back to the awareness. It's the awareness that helps to change our thinking, our feeling, our doing. That's the refuge that we have here. And that's showing that it's at this point that you get to this point. And it's at this point that you feel, okay, now I can go. Appreciate yourself, my Pisces. Appreciate yourself and stop being so hard on yourself. Okay, my darlings, that went on a bit long, I know, but I don't got no control over this stuff. So, my darlings, I hope you like this reading. Keep an eye out, Pisces, for the Tiny's doing something weird. Anyway, sorry. Keep an eye out. It's like sleeping, but it's like shaking like this. So I think he's like having a sleep. He's gonna start barking in his sleep. Anyway, did I ever tell you the only time that Tiny has ever howled? You know, like howling at the moon. The only time he's ever howled was once. I lived in this house on my own for about a month. We were in bed, asleep. Obviously, the curtains were slightly open. It was a full moon. Tiny was asleep. In his sleep, he howled. May, I can't tell you, I was now like, what the heck was that? Anyway, all right, it's time to go, my darlings. I hope you like this reading. Keep an eye out for you must hear that this is the message that you need to hear now, the collective readings that I do. Keep an eye out for them, because if those messages come, they need to be heard when you watch them. They're timeless, but I need to give them when I give them. Okay, my darlings, I hope you like this reading. I'll see you again, Pisces, with a brand new extended reading. I don't know, October time, September time, I don't know. We'll see you soon. All right, take care, my darlings. Bye.